watching this on the pit wall. What was your reaction at the time?
Well, I wouldn't want to print the words, but clearly Lewis really had no choice. He kept over as far as he could to the right. Grosjean just came over and just kept coming, and at that point, once he'd been tapped, he couldn't do anything really. And then for him, for Fernando, and for others, well, it's just a shame for all of them, a shame for us as race fans to see some of the leading championship contenders taken out in that way.
And we'll have a look at the onboard from Lewis Hamilton's perspective in just a moment, but did you think immediately, as soon as you saw that unfold, that perhaps Romain Grosjean had done something to upskittle Lewis?
Well, you can see Lewis is right over on the right-hand side, and then you see his hit. So, yes, I did think that Grosjean had hit him.
And do you think, as we take a look at Romain in a moment, that a penalty should be awarded to the Lotus drivers?
To be honest, that's not my business. I mean, I think it's just a shame that the race was spoiled in that way for Lewis. In terms of penalties, I'll let others speculate on what should be done.
Eddie?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Grosjean is blatantly at fault here, and I think there will be repercussions. Look, Lewis is minding his own business. The car doesn't alter one way or another, and he's attacked. What I'm most impressed about, this is a potentially serious accident to the health and welfare of those drivers, and I'm absolutely overjoyed. The kind of cars that you guys are making at the moment, and everyone else for that matter, is testament to the safety.
Well, you've got to say Fernando had a scary moment there as the car flew over the top of his head there. So no, this could have been a lot worse actually, but still, great shame for Lewis, Fernando. I think it was one or two other cars. Complete victims of an incident, which is a shame.
Salvas in particular.
Yeah. Okay, well, before we bid you farewell and allow you to go and drink some well-earned champagne, it's been a hot one out here this afternoon. Yeah. Just give us an idea as to where you think the championship battle is at the moment. You look to have the fastest car in the field, and I'm sure you'll have a chat with Lewis about his mindset this weekend. But good to see Jensen winning again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was great for Jensen. He deserved that win. So that's it. Now we're going to move on. We have a fast car. We've got to keep developing that car. But we've got to score all the points. Fernando didn't score points through no fault of his own this weekend, but that's what he's done. He hasn't had the quickest car. He's just got wrung out of it, and that's really where we've got to have a quick car, not make mistakes, not make sure the strategy's right. But the driver and the team, you just got to maximise the points potential. And frankly, we didn't do that well enough in the first half of the year. I think that's really what we've got to focus on.
Okay.
Of course, improve the car, but we'll keep pushing.
Sounds easier said than done. Thanks so much for joining us, Martin. Well, let's hear then from the man himself, Lewis Hamilton. How does he feel after that race?
Well, Lewis, first of all, it's great to see that you're okay. It looked quite scary at the start. Just tell us about it.
I don't really want to talk about the start. I think people can see what happened. But huge congratulations to Jensen. Fantastic race. Just very much like a walk in the park for him. So great to see that the team we have the pace, and I've got to try and get that on my. I've got to try to pull that out of my car in the next race.
Your fans will be happy though that you're fitting well. You're not shaken up after the accident.
No, I've had a lot worse than that. So.
And you were in the unusual position. You could watch the race. Are you able to learn much when you're sitting there looking at your rivals for this championship?
No.
How about that for an answer? Fantastic. Everybody at home, 6 million people getting all excited watching the Grand Prix. Lewis, did you enjoy watching that? No, I didn't. Can you blame him for saying that? You know what it's like, David, to work so hard in qualifying and get punted out of a race right at the very start. Difficult for Lewis, but as Eddie pointed out there, that was real testament to the safety of these cars, wasn't it?
Yeah, and absolutely endorse what Eddie was saying there, and you've got to say FIA have done an amazing job. The legacy actually of Max Mosley since the terrible events in '94, making these cars stronger and safer. But there always will be that danger, and thankfully today everyone was able to walk away from that. I can understand Lewis's frustration. He was picking a straight line, he didn't deviate from that at all. As we go on board here with Fernando Alonso, so picking his braking points, following the cars into the corner, and then that massive attack from the Lotus car swinging across the top of his chassis. And I think when Fernando stayed in the car for a little while, I think it was probably as much shock as anything else. And it was nice to see him return to his garage and show some support to his team, because of course Felipe Massa was still out there and racing. But just coming back to Lewis Hamilton, then massive frustration because he held a steady line. Romain came across a little bit too aggressive, it has to be said. Actually, can you just remind me, it seems such a long time ago now, are the stewards looking into that as an incident? I don't recall if it was put up on screen. I certainly think they should do, because you know, you have to respect your movement at the start of a Grand Prix. You can't swerve from the left side to the right side without, you know, any sort of sense of where the other cars are.
Yeah, okay, there was quite a lot for them to be looking at the start of that race. People will once again ask the questions about open cockpit racing in Formula One and whether we should be carrying on with that. But let's just take a little look at Pastor Maldonado's jump start here. They have said that they're going to take a look at this. What do you think, guys?
Well, first of all, you see on the left side, Maldonado gone before anyone's even moved. He's just on the left. Difficult to see the lights on our monitor here in the pits, but if you just release this, and then you can see Lewis Hamilton start.
Yeah.
Not the best of starts, but look, he's in a completely straight line. Grosjean comes, and then he keeps coming. Now, that's the thing that just caused this massive concertina down into the source.